so sorry for yesterday's pitch. It was like 4 a.m. and yeah, I was incredibly stoned as well. So like, you put me on the spot, man. I'm so bored, man. Like, I don't know which way to turn anymore. People like just don't like seem to care, and like, uh, yeah, it's annoying. Any good progressions, man? Like you just posted a YouTube video. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's a tutorial on how to make your own ChatGPT.
Shit, man. I'd love to learn about like, uh, damn, like if you can just get a voice mod like that. That's like the stuff that I'd be like keen on. Uh, I feel people connect to like sound sometimes a bit better. I think it's faster because you can do more things at the same time, I guess.
It's funny because in Hinduism, there's this warrior called Arjuna, and he becomes overwhelmed with despair before a big battle, and he feels that his actions are meaningless and questions like, what's the point of fighting? Um, the guy who rides his chariot, who is actually Krishna in disguise, he gives him advice, and um, through that conversation, he finds the strength to fight. You have the right to work, but never the fruit of work. You should never engage in action for the sake of reward, nor should you long for inaction. Same thing happened with Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. And I'm reading the answer that I got from a prompt that read, "People just don't seem to care about the things I'm doing," from Buddha GPT.
So, guys, having some light conversation this morning.
I'm testing out Buddha GPT or Faith GPT on Fairy's statement of, "I feel like nobody's interested in the stuff I'm doing." I think we can all identify with that. I don't feel like people are paying attention to the shit I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, I have. You know what I mean? Like, and let me tell you something, they are paying attention, but not at the scale I want. But even when I get the scale I want, I'm going to move on to some other thing that's bothering me. You know what I mean?
So I actually I thought about that, and the direction I took was to lean into it and stop
Mm-hmm.
talking about it as much, and just focus
Uh-huh.
on it and lean into it. Good. Nobody knows. Good. Good. I'm glad for now.
I'm only asking people how to do the things. I remember my buddy told me, if it's important, fuck the how. So I don't know. I'm just trying to focus on publishing prototypes, or I'm in here to figure out how to complete the prototype. Those are the two things I'm doing.
Can I sidetrack a little bit?
Oh yeah, and can you remake the animation without the neon, just the smoke and
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
dripping? Yes. And now we have
Would
something.
you like black and white as an offset, or just standard color? I can do black and white, standard color, or vibrant.
I loved the animation, but yeah, the fluorescent was a little much. Oh, you said to replace it with black and
I
white?
can do just kind of like a highlighted color, not quite so bright, and then I can do all the way down to black and white as the offset when the beat hits.
Try black and white. I feel like that would give it a
I'll do
nice.
one of each.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, the dripping syrup blew my mind. It's so
Did you
good.
catch the hearts coming out of the smoke?
Yeah, you did. It's so good.
It's so
I don't get
good.
a chance to use the hearts a whole lot. I was like, oh yeah, that kind of works. All right, good, cool. So, Freya King, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm so sorry about yesterday. Like,
No,
I
no,
really
no,
let you
no,
down.
no, no, not at all. My dad's in town. The kids are going bonkers. I'm trying to do stuff. Life is chaos. It's all good. All good.
I came in with the weak sauce just for you, buddy. I thought you would.
The weak sauce just for you, buddy. Nice. Well, hey, so did you have any specific questions on Motion Leap or?
I still don't know like how you doing it with beat loops. Like there isn't like an option. Like I literally pressed all of the buttons and I swiped everywhere. Like I don't know how you get that in. Like where do you like get that
Okay,
options?
so when you
Just
when you
doesn't like.
select the song that you want, and then you press on that song again, it opens up another slider menu, and that's where you have the hue, the um, RBG or whatever it makes it kind of jump around a little bit, and then the saturation. So if you click on the song you selected again, it'll come up with another little slide menu.
Sweet. Thank you. And just for that, Casey, like I figured out something really cool as well. Remember I told you about the other app, the Filmora Go? So there's something cool there. It's like if you want to like ever like do like how you saw the logos. I started like
Yeah,
slapping on the logo.
yeah.
Yeah, there's something called chroma key. I don't know like the science behind it or whatever, but it like takes off the background and it leaves like just the black outline and whatever's inside it. So that comes out really good.
Nice, nice. Right? Does it take that from the video or from the initial?
It can take any background, whether it's a video
Oh,
or
that's smooth. Right on, right on. What's up, Josh?
What
Joshua
goes on,
Harris.
man?
How
Gaslight King, what's
goes?
good, man?
Yo, Wagwan. Where you up on? You're feeling good. You're feeling nice.
Yeah, I popped into space because I heard you talking in the space the other day about like I heard one of you, it was either Casey or you said like you have this AI that you trained that you could like go and search somebody's name, you could like pull up their information. Like I'm fully doxed out here, so I don't really care. Y'all
Oh,
can search me
I
out
think
here.
Hunter. You're thinking of Hunter.io. You look up people's email addresses.
Okay, got you. Yeah, because I want to use something like that. Um, yeah.
Oh, don't we all? Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's pretty tough. It's pretty tough.
yeah. If you had anyone's email address at your fingertips, what would you do next?
Hit him up.
Hit them up, Tupac.
Yeah, it's just like you don't want to be spammy, but it is pretty cool. Like if you know what I'm saying, that you could just get anybody's email like that. But
Well, I mean, it's only spam until you start doing business together,
yeah, that's
right?
true. That's true. That's very true. I don't know if I said it to you. I probably didn't say it in your space, but I um, I went to get like uh, dinner, if you will, one day. It was like my cheat day, because I'm pretty healthy. I'm
Uh huh.
pretty healthy, like
I've never heard that phrase before.
what cheat day?
Yeah, I went to go for dinner, if you will.
Well, I wasn't really supposed to get dinner. I just was like hungry, and I was like, I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. I'm gonna get me some fries, right? So I went to get fries at a place here in Jersey. So I'm there, and
And you made it out alive.
I did.
You lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, I met the guy from one of the main character from Walking Dead. So the guy was in there, right? The guy's in there.
You have a zombie making the fries.
Exactly. I'm in there, and the guy, I'm just sitting there talking to him. So when I say I was just there talking to him, like I sat down, waited for my food to come. It's fried, so I'm thinking it's gonna take like 5 minutes. It took like 10. So I'm talking to him, and we started talking for like an hour. when I'm leaving, I don't watch TV, so I don't really know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So some girl comes up to him when I'm leaving out, and she takes a picture, and everybody's like, talking to him, like okay, whatever. I keep going. Then I look him up, his name and everything. I'm like, oh shit, this is the main character from the show. It's been on for like 12 years. Like, but that idea about the email part would be cool if it wasn't a person like me, like who just I asked him for his contact information, so I already had it. But like, if you're a person who's not super social, it's pretty cool that you could do that. But I'm about to mute out because my background probably noisy. What's good, Dan?
No,
What's good, Casey? What's good, Fairy King? That's funny as hell.
Yeah, I heard Fairy King is the new spokesperson for Bud Light.
Oh, word?
Yeah, congratulations,
Congrats,
Fairy
hold
King,
it. You gotta get the
on your
soundboard, bro.
sponsorship
Thank you.
for Bud Light. Did you hear that, Casey? That Fairy King is the new spokesperson for Bud Light?
I heard that and thought, oh my god. What did I just hear? Hey, tell Ellie I just DM'd her the two.
Oh, Ali, you have a DM now.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think you're too fast? Yeah, you're a fast man.
What?
And
Like you're a
quarantine,
fast man or what?
Yeah.
already done, don't you know?
All right. Ooh.
It's the word, Thunderbird.
Yeah. What up, Dan?
Just passing through though, man. I hope you have a good rest of the day. I'm about to pop out. I'm out and about, so
All good.
for sure.
Be well.
All up, eh?
All love.
I was hoping we can get the extended goodbye on that one.
The extended goodbye.
That was
The unnecessary goodbye.
That was fun, man. The bingo scoreboard, what a great idea.
I need to build out this bingo thing. I think it's proven to me that it can increase the enjoyment of the space. And I think that's good enough.
Yeah, dude, it's person specific on repetitive things that they're kind of known for.
Do you know that you're super quiet, or is that just me?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm trying to talk to Casey.
You talking to me? You got Joe Pesci over there.
Mic check, mic check.
It could be me. Never mind. Keep talking.
I am waiting to be enlightened by Buddha GPT.
The app on my side too. Check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Some dreams stay dreams. Some dreams
One,
come
two,
true.
1 2. We are doing good, yeah?
Und Heimerleben, das ist gut, ja?
Can you give me a
Come
Lagapill
on.
laugh? I haven't heard in a while.
I am weird, honey, and you married me. Bitch, you married me and you fucking knew. So don't be fucking saying shit like you're fucking having regret now and who's getting me some tacos, bitch? Huh? What's going on? Been doing voices all day.
You getting delirious.
I am. I'm You have an embarrassment of riches, you motherfucking piece of shit. You and you motherfucks. You goddamn piece of shit.
You sound like remember in Goodfellas when they go over to the grandma's house to have dinner while they have a body in the back?
That's exactly right. Come on, Casey, eat this cheese. I made these dumplings for you, Fairy. Come on, put it in there really quick. Right now, my wife is getting some canned goods because we want to show that we care in society for the can
Or
kind.
what about we can? Could be a new
Boo.
political platform, like
Boo.
make America
Boo.
great
Oh,
again, or
she's leaving
change.
the
Boo.
house. She put a
Wait,
hat on because her
Dan,
hair is
you
scary.
use that voice, but say, "Oh,
Goodbye.
Archie. Oh,
Goodbye.
Archie."
I always think this is kind of the Jewish voice, you know? There's nothing wrong with being Jewish. It just means that you're whiter than most.
Okay, what about, can you do the Archie Bunker?
Wait, what now? Debunker?
Archie Bunker? Oh, Archie.
Mm-hmm.
But what about combining it? What about combining it? Archie debunker.
Harry, how you begin? Where was the things? How we going James. You mean that one?
Oh, Archie.
I used to grow up watching Archie Bunker. He taught me what good racism is all about. It's about timing. It's not about saying the N word, it's about saying it with good timing. Yeah. Archie Bunker was kind of racist, don't you think?
Kinda.
Honey, do you think Archie Bunker was racist? Come on.
Yeah, he was. He's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much like
But I mean,
he's trying to teach us stuff, but he was racist.
but he was teaching us good values with like good race. It's some old timey racism. I want
Yeah,
to go back to the
it's
days when racism was easy.
yeah,
What?
it's not old timey racism. It's experiencing history,
Time to experience history.
right? Like you can't say like, oh, go to some magical fairyland in the 1820s where women can vote, right? Unless you want to create like some new kind of Game of Thrones, Amazon, like Amazon of Thrones, maybe.
I can see that. Amazonian thrones.
You don't think
Mm-hmm.
people would watch that?
Fuck
It's
yeah,
like
they would. I mean, if they're gonna watch Wakanda and
a
create a whole religion around that shit.
feminist Wakanda. Yes.
What is the white
Oh, hey.
Wakanda?
Wait,
Is
wait,
there
wait,
Reservoir
wait, wait,
Dogs? The
No,
wait,
white
White
wait.
Wakanda?
Wakanda is Game of Thrones.
Pause.
Okay.
Before we go exploring that little rabbit hole, what was the deal with that guy who was living in a trailer in Florida spouting off, I'll pay you for animations, blah, 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 Jim something
The
or
thing is,
other?
like, I think he actually might be legit. Like the stuff he was talking about.
I kind of like seemed like it. I don't know. I was going to throw that at Dan.
You guys are fucks.
Shut up, Dan. I was thinking of Dan for that work.
Well, you can outsource however you want, right?
Yeah, I guess so, right? Hey, Dan,
That's a,
I got a little gig for you. Pays like $100 a video.
What are you talking about? You
We need,
guys
I
are
need,
mocking
like,
me and then
shh,
talk over
shh,
me.
shh,
Actually, you
shh,
talked
shh,
under me
now I'm
while I
shushing you.
wandered in the parking lot. But yeah, you have a gig for me?
Yeah, I need like little 60-second animations.
Yeah, doing what?
There'll be a variety of companies that want like small time animations, less than 60 seconds.
Well, what's
Um,
involved in the animation?
I don't know yet,
All right, never mind.
but they want, it's more than what I do. They want actual movement.
Oh, so we're
Yeah,
making a we're laughing about somebody wanting something for nothing. Is that what we're laughing about?
and, maybe
Because I can
something like
relate to
that.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, 150 an animation. You're driving a hard bargain, but I'll get like little whatever art they've got, whatever
If I can
pictures they've
control the
got.
animation character and the
Yeah.
voiceover, I'm in.
Yes. Okay.
oh,
Good.
it's for the Arizona election, actually. So
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here from Arizona IST, and I'm saying, come on down and vote
There you
today.
go.
Don't vote once, vote
yes,
twice.
Perfect. Perfect.
And
Okay.
we'll talk about sexual harassment however you want. If you got small children, bring them up front. Blowjobs start at 1.
And Mike, once the animation's done, you can separate the audio so I can put in whatever, right?
However it happens.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. Yeah, Dan, no problem. Let's rock.
But last I remember, Michael told me that he never wanted to fucking quote do fucking video again. I think you're being facetious. Facetious. PHEPCITIUS. Facetious.
Very cool.
What if he could be feces, like, you know, like feces?
Oh,
I got
God.
feces. I'm throwing You know why a camel
That's
throws
diarrhea.
feces in your
It's
face?
the monkey
I'm feeling
campaign.
facetious is when you need to use the bathroom. Number 2.
Horrible boo.
Ephesians. It's from
Oh
the
my
letter
God.
Ephesians. The letter of Katie. Chapter 5 through
I'll have you
28.
know it's Sunday, Dan. The Lord's Day.
Yea, the man who walketh with the bong, he smoketh the most, for he knoweth the smell. I may have a couple things, but I don't think I'm too high. Not yet, at least. Just chilling, you know.
I was in the AI space before, and I did my best.
You did pretty good, you know.
You didn't tear anybody down too hard. You gave the tidbits out, rolled with
it's
the
weird.
punches. It was good.
It's weird when I walk into a
Michael
room.
probably got up there and did one of those like crazy like preacher ramblings when he gets on the stage and goes, "Yea, who has not stood here on the great Langchain crash
Oh,
of
that's what I did.
2023?" Right?
That's what I did. And they were like, and I was asking them, like, have you heard of this Postgres vectorized database that does the database vectoring like open source? And they were like, I've never heard of LangChain. And I was like, okay, how have I become the technical person in the room?
You know, you're kind of like standing over people and saying things like, "You gonna vectorize that? Are you gonna use it?"
No, Michael.
I love that phrase.
No, you are a niche specialist who's going to get wiped off the map when AI catches up with you.
Yeah, I'm just picking up tokens in front of a steamroller.
White collars, white hair, going away. What do we want? White collar, the jobs going away. What do we want?
Oh,
White collar.
Did you hear my my Kanye West clone? I got the cloning to work. Yes.
Nice.
Debauchery. You are evil. I can see that. Here's a question.
It's free. No API key.
That's some pretty hot shit. We're ordering 3 quesadillas right now. I don't know if that's wise.
Hey, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So, real question here, but to get serious. I want to have you call my mom's cell phone and grab her voice recording.
Creepy.
Okay.
And see if you can clone off of that.
Yeah, so you don't have any voice samples?
Nope.
And she wouldn't give it to you?
My mom passed away.
Oh.
And the voice recording on her cell phone is one of the only ones left.
So where's the cell phone?
Say again, sorry?
So you have the cell phone in your possession?
It's in my dad's possession at the moment.
Okay.
They're out shopping, but
what kind of phone is it?
It's an Apple.
Okay.
It's
and their voice notes?
No, it's just her voicemail recording.
Oh, voicemail recording. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would have to do is call that number, just put another phone beside it for now to test it, and just give me the 10 seconds?
Yep.
Yeah. Who knows? That could work.
Okay. Cool. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
You have any other samples?
No, I'm looking. I'm trying to find some more, and I haven't found any yet.
I remember when my dad passed, same thing. The last thing we had was his voicemail. It's weird.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I used to
Yep.
call that. I used to call that number.
Yep. Yes, sir. That's what it's
I get
about.
it.
Yeah, same here. Get my dad's voicemail. Have a couple other samples of him. He did a lot of writing before he passed, so that was kind of nice. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
Well,
I
you know
was.
we can digitize ourselves now, or digitize anything with this make your own chat
yep.
GPT and your custom body of knowledge. So somebody asked
Oh,
about taking all their tweets. I'm like, just download your archive and put it as a PDF, and you're done.
so I'm gonna try and record my dad's voice tonight when he's doing story time with the kids.
Beautiful.
I'm start recording that right now.
The goal is finding the 3 different characters. Ali's voice is now exactly like it's 90 what, 91%?
Yeah.
You're right? And it's 3 different characters. Which characters did you use? If you were to describe the 3 characters that you used.
Low energy, high energy, and then pitching between the two.
Okay. So low energy, high energy, something in the middle. Beautiful. Those are the ideal 3 samples.
Okay. Low, high, middle. All right. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Cool. Thanks.
And I literally, when I say 90 seconds, they say over 90 seconds actually does worse. Uh-huh.
Talk like you. Don't read something.
Uh-huh.
Because if you read
Right.
something, you're going to have a weird cadence to it. So I just like narrated something that I saw out the window. And I pretended like I was talking to Mike. Like, oh, there's a bird outside. Oh, look at it fly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, no. Just
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
my cadence is a little more sing-songy, so it's hard to
Just
capture.
do.
So
Just capture some actual conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
conversational, Casey.
Yeah. And then like with some people I end up getting like like Shakespeare English out. And then when you listen to the recording, oh, it does sound a bit,
Stilted and
Mark-
Shakespearean. Yeah.
smoking aces ish.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna head off to Home Depot and get some stuff done. I'll catch you guys on the flip.
Catch you later, man. Mike, I got an interesting question, but I don't know if it makes any sense.
Uh-huh.
What if you sold debt, but that's partition? Does that like uh, make sense?
Sold what?
Uh, Web3 stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it. I'm creating like a music app that's under 200 kilobytes to create it as an ordinal.
Yeah, I need like 400 megabytes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like Polygon gives me like 100 megabytes, but I still need more. So I'm just waiting. like how would you even expand memory? Like that's like still like my challenge. Like just like network bandwidth and stuff. I don't know if there's a player in the game that can be like compatible with certain chains.
Um, do you have people that want to buy whatever the solution is?
Well, if you count like the entire Terra cosmos, then yes, it's a great like demand for it.
Yeah, because like you can do anything, right? It's just what's the cost of spinning up the service? And when I think about the cost of spinning up the service, I ask myself, okay, so do you have people who want to buy today? Or who you could pitch this to today?
It has to be like incremental. Like my thing is the whole thing is like the demand of a repeg of a stablecoin, which is $10 million out of, which sounds ridiculous, right? But like with a well-defined plan, I think there is a possibility. I mean, anything's a possibility with crypto, but like I mean, like in the wholesomeness of it, like initiated as a buyback stabilizer, um, where off-chain liquidity has to be purchased at like a higher price, if you get what I'm saying, like a reverse split kind of a thing. The demand is just to sell off the debt. That's it.
I mean, the devil is always in the details. Have you done anything like this before?
Well, no, dude. This is like quant stuff, not like development stuff.
Mm-hmm. Have you done anything like that before?
Nope. Nope. First NFT that I would like to launch as a buyback stabilizer on a dead community token, because its weighted indices are like super inclined towards ETH and Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, I would say if you want to do something of that magnitude, you probably want to start small first. You know what I mean?
Like a test run without like the underlying utility and see how it goes.
Yeah, no, you have to have the prototype first, right? Because the more fantastical what you're proposing, the more you have to. I mean, even this goes for anything, in my opinion. Just it's why I call it So You Want to Attract Funding. People don't really read my full name. My full name is So You Want to Attract Funding. And it says that because if you don't have revenue, you're not going to attract funding in Toronto, where I am. Because you're basically just spinning up a story on the back of a napkin and hoping somebody believes enough to give you all the money rather than doing it themselves. And if you haven't done anything and you're looking for money, people will just look at you and be like, okay, so if this person doesn't have anything, why wouldn't we do this ourselves? Right? Everybody you meet that has a potential to fund your business is someone who has a potential to build your business. So if you have customers, that's the only moat you have. And even then, Steve Jobs told Dropbox that he was going to replace them. You ever hear that? I think he wanted to buy Dropbox. And when they said no, he was like, okay, so we're going to compete with you now? You want to compete with me? You want to compete with Apple with my deep pockets? And that was Steve Jobs. So I imagine other people are like that. Yeah, start small. Pitching is very simple. Here's what I've done. Here's what you can do. I'm leaving the room now. If you haven't done anything yet, we have nothing to stand on.
I've got like evidence, like compiled evidence. But
Yeah, but nobody cares about evidence anymore. They don't care about explanations. They only care about the prototype and how many paid active users you have. Right? Because if it's such a good idea, why haven't you done it yet? You know? Do you have people that have signed up for it, all that kind of stuff? And nowadays it's like, okay, if you have an idea, well, if you have a computer, the thought is that, okay, you should be able to show it working at least in prototype, even if it's a bit of theater.
just a quick question. With the stuff you're doing now on Langchain, does it allow you to like do image generators as well? Can that be a thing?
Well, all you would have to do is use the Stable Diffusion API, and now you can build prompts based on, you can build images based on the returned queries. Just like you could bring in voice cloning through an API with 11 Labs. Or you could build in the avatar speaking with Studio DID's API. So basically, we're at the point where we have all the pieces to create a replica with a K. You have the avatar speaking, you have the chatbot that's interacting.
So like the hustle that I saw it as was a sidechain, right? It's a layer one blockchain. Terra Luna Classic. The people there are like stupid, right? Like I'm not going to deny that, but whatever the case is, like my incentive is not to just cater for that single community coin which was forked from like the original Luna, right? My thing is like the entire like Terra ecosystem depends on a stable coin which is UST, and that too was made a mess of, right? It's like USTC now, which is like another dead coin. It like pumps and dumps like with the market. There's no real like use case or anything for it, which is why I see there being like an opportunity, and the opportunity risk is quite good because like when I looked at like the existing Web2
No,
marketplaces, it was
yeah,
bad. That was like
I hear everything you're saying, right? But while everything you're saying might be true, you have to prove that that's true. And people want to see how much money you've made off of that idea before funding it, right? So if you have access to a certain amount of alpha, then they're going to say, okay, show me your trading record on the knowledge that you have, for example. Right? I guess what I'm trying to do is get you away from talking about your idea to figuring out how you can create a minimum viable working prototype of the idea. Like, what is the delta between that? And if that's a lot of money, then essentially what you're really raising money for is to have people to buy into your idea. Because what are you going to spend your money on? It's not going to be on technology, besides the tokens you use and the gas fees. It's going to be on the people that build a solution. So in the absence of money, you're going to have to, put together the team that's like-minded. Or you're going to have to figure out how to do it yourself. I'm saying this because I'm going through this right now, which is every time I wanted to build something, I never got what I wanted back. And so I had to decide whether I wanted to quit doing this or learn how to do it myself slowly.
I think I'm circling in that space of which you have
Hey,
already mentioned.
people think I'm good at this shit, and I'm just like copying other people's fucking GitHub repos, right? So, yeah, it's never been easier today to learn how to do this stuff because we have ChatGPT there to teach you how to code. But that doesn't mean it's not going to take work and it won't feel terrible doing it. It does. It's frustrating. I'm glad I went through the frustration though, because the other side is good. I just don't want you to be in this position 6 months from now where you're telling me about the idea instead of showing me the idea in practice. Does that make sense? So I asked myself, what separates you from being able to show a prototype of your working idea? And if that's talent, then we either have to find the people willing to buy in on your idea that are willing to build it, or we have to execute a small working prototype that shows how it works. And by the way, I struggled with this too. Before, I used to think that if I put together the right presentation, that I would get the funding. And I haven't found a single presentation that works. I found the only thing to make sure that you generate money is you have a prototype, some sort of prototype that can show them what you're thinking about.
Yeah, so I guess I've got to like get working on GitHub, and like I've been slacking.
We have enough evidence to know that collaborating with people is sometimes a dead end. And I'm a recruiter. I should believe that people should be able to work together. But largely, I find that people who have very specific ideas, it's hard for them to collaborate with anyone, including myself. It's not to say that I don't collaborate, but it's just one of those things where I want the power to be able to create what I want. Because I never get what I want when I ask other people to do it. And that's not their failing, it's my failing.
You're right to an extent because like um, I've been spending like too much time trying to get like the research. I have of course like I would have like immediately reached out to the people that were like immediate like known builders within that specific community, right? Like I have reached out, but like I found like there was like a lack of empathy when people like respond to like certain suggestions, ideas, and how we can expand on it. So I chose to like leave like certain circles that I was with, because like they never want to take that step forward. And even Casey like pointed that out to me, and he was like, you know, like it's the circle that you keep, but he never had anything to say about those people, right? Yeah,
Why do you think they didn't move forward?
because they don't possess like the will or the skill to do it, or they
Or
don't want to
well,
at least like obtain.
doesn't it necessarily have to do something with you as well, right?
I think I just make terrible decisions in my life all the time, and I can't control that.
I, I'm just saying, like, um, I am because you are, right? If they rejected the proposal, it has to do something with who they are and who we are as well. Because if we're going to try this again, we have to understand why it didn't work the first time, right? Like, one of the reasons I stopped pitching venture capitalists is because I found that when I went to them, they saw me as a beggar. But when they came to me, the relationship was completely different. So I decided I'm going to stop pitching venture capital and just build products that are so strong that they're self-evident. And it's not like I didn't pitch a lot. Like I didn't pitch a lot of people. I pitched like maybe 2 or 3 people. And then when I saw the vibe, I was like, this energy is completely off. We're meeting under the completely wrong circumstances. Like, you ever hear people talk to venture capitalists in the Twitter space? It's horrible. Because they're all begging. And that's not the energy that gets you money. You're going to beg for it? No way. It's not going to do it. The energy is all up.
He helped me see that like my whole idea is like I always have a vision of like what the end product looks like, but never delivering an actual end product. So that's like the issue, I guess. Like I know what I want, I
Mm-hmm.
know what I need, but like I think just getting down to like the execution really is where I think I lack like the resources, like and yeah.
Exactly.
Something strange is going on, and I'm waiting for Dan to jump in, going, in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? But I don't see any emojis, so he either didn't think it was funny or he's not listening. But I'm in Atlanta, and I've already had one flight that I was on overbooked, so I made money on that flight. I'm now at the second gate, and across from it, there's another Delta flight to LA, where I just heard the gate agent say, hey, we are just as clueless as you are right now. We have no clue where this plane went, when it will get here, and any other information.
Which plane?
What?
What's the name of the plane? The flight?
It's DL 457 from Atlanta to Los Angeles. But the flight that's coming in to be the flight, I have no clue where it's coming from. Neither do these people, I guess.
It's showing as delayed on my side.
Yeah.
DL457.
I mean, I'm not flying on that. My larger
Mhm.
thing is that I just stood at my first gate, and there were 97 standby requests at the gate. And I'm sitting here, so I got like $800 for the first flight. Now I'm sitting at my second gate, and I just talked to the gate agent at my flight to Panama City, and they said that flight is overbooked, and all flights from there to tomorrow are all overbooked. And so I don't have to be there till Thursday, so I might just sit in the airport and make $4,000 just waiting on flights.
Wow.
But now I'm looking across, and so Panama City's overbooked that bad. Now I'm looking, and LA has a plane that didn't even show up, and people are asking for vouchers to go stand on standby for other flights. And I heard another gate agent tell someone that they could fly from here to Panama City and Panama City to LA. And I was like, well, now my flight will be even more overbooked. How do we make this all work? It's interesting. I just thought it was a crazy kind of thing. But were you guys trying to get to LA? You guys weren't that one? Panama City?
Wow. Wow, what a story. Whoa. Sorry. I was reading the the response I got from Buddha GPT for why don't people give credit where credit is due?
Oh wow. Michael, do you like dive into metadata and stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, can you put together metadata for an NFT, like collection?
I wouldn't. I think I know the people that would be able to. Casey knows a bunch of folks, you know, the ordinals people.
I need someone, I think, like specifically from Matic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like they aren't like at that 100 megabyte cap that I was talking about. Like I just want to inscribe something that I think will really work. And that's suffice product, I guess, with the roadmap.
I don't think I know anyone in Matic, actually.
Like I get the whole IFPS thing, but like at the same time, like it needs to be like I don't know, maybe that might be the better way because I don't know, it gets complicated like if you make that decision. I'm not gonna like stop rambling, Michael. I'm sorry. Like until like I
Oh, keep
figure
going.
like what's the partition of like oh you see like the video content, right? Animation and music. 10 megabytes is nothing, man. Like if you put together like any animation or an image, it comes to like what 4 megabytes at like like reasonable like loss of frames, but like at the same time you want like every pixel in there, so like the more memory that there is, there's like more reach towards like people who are actually interested in what their piece looks like. So for me to not have like the full like um amount of things that I can provide, like the full data, like I want to put in animated images, I want to put in like music, and like that's kind of what I've been doing. And, like I've just been improving and getting like tips from Casey. And sometimes I listen into other spaces, but like a lot of people are just like talking about money. So I give up most of the time trying to find like the good stuff. And like there's a few people like Kit, like co-spaces where it's really uh, like educational as well as yours. And that's why like I attend specific spaces now, but like I can't generally like get this information back from people, so that's why I spend time here. Like the content, like even if I upload right to, to Twitter, then like it's naturally like compressed, right? um it's not to do with any of the tools that I'm doing, because like on my device it's crisp, it's clean, it's whatever that, right? Like it looks really good. The moment you like upload it and it's not your standards, people start getting the impression or reflection of that you're not capable of doing the work that you speak, right? So that's like part of the struggle, but at the same time, like I'm more or less on the right track of creation, because like I've been doing, like I said, characters, right? Like because with the intention of venturing out into either a card game or like an MMO, or both, most likely both. But like one has to happen first, and like I think the card game is like a lot more um like it's a lot more like feasible, I guess. Um, and then like my intention is to make like the most liquid market, um, because like it'll cater for investors as well as people that actually want to play the game and have fun while playing it, because we can add in like components where like I discussed with Casey, like a winner takes all kind of a thing. I know poker's mindset is like there, but it's ultimately going to like have maybe like a ranking system and whatever, man, like a league, and you can just adopt so much of fun stuff like using these tech things now. But like it has to be done one way, and it has to be the correct way and beneficial for all, I guess. Like I've seen so many projects that promise like play to earn, and fail, and then it's like launchpad after launchpad after launchpad, $100 gone, 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 and like the next day it's like $2 and whatever, right? So I figure if I'm gonna do this thing, it can't be like that. It needs to be something that everyone benefits of. So if there's like people that have like the time to assist, because people give me the impression that they don't really have the time to accommodate those things. And even when asking for like quotations, like you get rubbed the wrong way, and those people like want to like not talk to you, and like it's so weird because they think you're not serious when like you're willing to put in all of the time and effort into this, because like you believe you can see the end like from start to finish, right? So that's like what I really want. And it's not like I just want the product to be used. I can see a massive use case for it, because it's going to help everyone in like that entire ecosystem. So that's why I want to do that. Like if it was anywhere else, I don't think it would be as rewarding. But like for future failures, like the algo depegs, right? like it can benefit that way.
Yeah, look, it's not that you don't have the tell down, it's that you don't have the showdown. And it's show and tell, not tell and show. You know what I mean? And it's not that people don't believe you, it's that, you know, people are competing for belief. And at the end of the day, you know, when you consider how many people are truly pioneers or involved in venture, it's a very small portion of the population. So when people aren't interested, don't take it personally. Most people aren't interested in this part of the game.
But if you look at like the entire gaming market, right? There's thousands of games, and you know, it's like I haven't gone through I can't remember it. Like I don't remember those numbers because there's so many other numbers, right? Like it's $1 billion industry, and I don't want much. Like I just want to play a really fun game and be like, hey, I made this game, and you know, just roll with it, I guess. And I created a character, kind of a thing. Like that's like fulfillment for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, if you're asking people to fund your toy project, that, you know, all right? Be like, why don't you fund it with your own money?
It doesn't require that funding part really. It requires development. It requires a team, like you said. Like I don't
Okay,
lack
but
funds. I lack the human
right?
resources.
So it, I don't think you can tell me that a lot of people are willing to use the product if you haven't been able to find people willing to build the product in the first place. I say all of this because I've been a part of a project that has spent a lot of time building shit that nobody uses. And I've seen people waste millions of dollars and many years, sometimes decades, building a solution looking for a problem. Like even the stuff I'm doing now with this Buddha GPT. I'm taking a look at the engagement on it right now. You know, I'm looking at the YouTube analytics, I'm looking at the performance of the posts, and then I'm reporting back to the people involved saying, hey, this is what happened in the past 48 hours. What do you think? You want to move this forward? Maybe test it out for 30 days, see what happens? Okay, sounds good.
So how would you say would be the best way to like put together or string along that network really fast? Like what is the fastest way? Like I've spent time in many circles, in fact. Um like for me, like your contribution, like I could use that too. Like in terms of like platform, like creative tooling would be like an ideal solution for a lot of people, right? But that being said, like it's tell not show. And when that happens, like it needs to be good. And I think the struggle is uh, it's just the network that I think trust is like more so like the thing and attention span. Like I'm not too sure like whether people understand what I pitch. Like I've pitched it out clearly. I can send that to you. Like in a nutshell, like people finally understood what I wanted to do, but like it can be done in so many different ways, but with the right intention, it just becomes like magnificent after its triumph, which I believe I need to do because like that would make a statement. Like if you only hold like if you hold your standards like low, like people are gonna like get that vibe too. So like my thing is like if you enter with a bang that doesn't fail, and like you said, like prototypes. So I've got to like put that out there now. And that's like the thing. Like I'm terrified of like duplication and like IP management is like maybe like terrible. Really, but if like you said, if you don't put it out there, how are people going to see?
Yeah, the challenge is um, because you're not the engineer or don't have an engineer close, you don't know how long or what's involved in creating the solution. Like you have a general idea, but when you get into the weeds, right, you actually don't know how much money this is going to cost to do. And so if somebody said, how much is it going to cost to make? You wouldn't really have a strong figure for them. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I think that you have to find out why people haven't been interested yet. That's not an easy question to answer, but we have to attack that head on. If you think about every time you pitched it, why don't people move forward? Do they just not get in touch with you? And that's not to say they didn't like the idea. Maybe they went off and did it themselves. That could be true, right? So you could have pitched this 10 times and 5 of those people decided to do it on their own, calling it something new. Because that happens.
Like 5 of my pitches were like proposed successfully and it passed.
Sorry?
Problem is like they did faster. Like when it came to like the control of the market kind of a thing, really. And then
Yeah, because it takes more than a good idea, right? It takes a network of people who can get it done.
it's the guy with the extensive network that will always have that net. That's where I think my weakness is, but I don't necessarily have the time to go and do that.
It sounds like you can't afford not to do that because that's how people have been beating you by having a better network and the ability to do things faster.
Yeah, but like the case is like like people get offended when you tell them no, that can't work, and then like there's like that tension and yeah, like it's just honesty because of X, Y, and Z, and they don't want to hear that. So that is in like a very like difficult position because obviously the one person is like insisting that they're right, and you have an equal like opposition to that. So that kind of like makes it like tough, really. I don't know, man. People are weird. I'd rather interact with um, robots and make friends with robots, and yeah, I think that's the life I need.
You're not wrong. The responses I got back from Buddha bot is better than I would put that against any guru. Yeah, you're not lying. Yeah, I think you want people to be a part of your plan and a part of your vision, but in the beginning, it's very lonely. And if it's lonely, it's not to say that you're not doing the job. It's just it's very lonely doing what you plan on doing. Most people won't believe until you have a lot of money. Is it good? Is it bad? It's just the way things are.
Did you repeat that? I think I cut out for a second.
Yeah, I mean, people are people, right? So we can't be surprised when they act like that, right? It's not a surprise that people act in the way that they usually act. It's actually predictable. Most people are going to say no. Most people aren't going to believe. That's why this space can be lucrative. At the same time, for any one winner, there are a bunch of dead bodies that you never saw the funeral of, right? We kind of have this survivorship bias. Oh, I see a lot of people making money. That must mean if I enter this industry, I can make money. Well, no, you don't see all the people that lost money. Yeah, if you're frustrated, it's because you're supposed to be frustrated.
Yeah, I'm just gonna execute the code and see what happens. Like I'm gonna focus on that. Like, well, it's 8:30 on a Sunday. I'm doing shit now, but like I think I'm gonna have to spend some time on that, like sometime tomorrow. Or I don't know, man. Like I just like deploy into this now and see what happens. I don't know.
Hey, that's a great idea.
It just hurts my feelings that if done, it can't be done to like the caliber that I want it to be done. And that's what disappoints me the most.
It can be done to the caliber you want. It just, are you willing to go through the pain to make that happen? Don't blame the problem, right? The question is, do you believe it? Do you believe in it so much that you're willing to learn and meet and do what you haven't done yet? Yeah, the challenge with Twitter Spaces is that it is a vocal medium, right? So how do people interact with their voices? And usually, what people do with their voices is that they make excuses. With one of the investors I know, he's coming out with a book called "No More Excuses." Actually, yeah. Don't fall into the trap that most people on Twitter Spaces fall into. Talking about your solution isn't building a company. It's just talking about a solution.
I guess you're right. There needs to be more data collection. That needs to happen first. Because I can see some challenges now. It's a pleasure being here.
If it was easy, it would have been done already. Let's look at it that way.
So, in other news, like what have you been up to on the Sunday afternoon?
Just kind of building out that chatbot from above, Buddha GPT. A bunch of projects on the go at the same time.
Okay, so I need GPT to plug in the codes for me. Let's see. So the JSON file says, like, it's given me trait types and values, so that's pretty cool. I think that might work. Hmm. Question, Michael. Where would I host an external URL for like the graphics? I guess like the artwork. Like
Sorry, one
maybe
second.
any
I'll
domain.
call. I'll be right back.